walked outside of the back door today, and this is sitting in the driveway. The next project, and of course the dog will be useless, blew a power steering line. Kind of funny. Mine blew on my truck last week too, and the door won't stay shut. It's the neighbors. Just going to do it as a favor for them. Okay. Never worked on one of these before. Let's see how this is going to go. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We're dry up top. We got wetness there. The hoses going to it are dry. I'm wondering if there's a seal on the power assist unit that went out on it. Lots of wetness everywhere. I gotta hose this down with some brake clean. In the back of the pump, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see it from here. Right there it is. The back of the pump's dry. The bottom of the pump has got some fluid on it. Let me hose all this down and see what I can come up with. Well, filled this up. Power steering fluid, and I've been running it, turning the wheel back and forth, and I'm not seeing any leak coming out of it. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll wait till my wife to get home, and then I can crawl under it and have her turn it, see if I can see anything. Door, get this panel off. I've never taken one. There's a screw right here that was bent, so it made it a pain in the butt. And then there's a screw here, so you got those two screws in the handle, and on the back side, or you got one here, oh, right there, and to get the power window button off, what I did is I basically just came in here with a hook and grabbed it and pulled it away, and then while I was pulling on it, I pulled the door knob, or the switch knob. It came right off. Now back to this. I've never worked on one of these before, but a door is a door is a door. Now I'm working a mechanism right here, and that seems to be working. And when I push down here, I'm not feeling the load. But what I've noticed is right here, that's not returning up. For the door mechanism to work and open, I don't know if you can see it, this needs to go up and down. So I'm going to get into this and see what's holding that up. Hopefully it's just some nut buster. Well, I got the door handle, or the door latch, figured out. It was two things. The upper outer door handle, that moves that cam, that was sticking, and also that cam that's moving now was sticking. So I got some of the Wonder Jizz on it. I'm going to work it for a while back and forth, and then I'll spray it up with some white lithium grease, and then get the door panel back on. So far, everything's been easy, except the elusive power steering leak. I got this all working again. I made an assumption. I was wrong. I thought that this little knobber-do here was for the power windows, but it's not. The power windows are in a console. This rod goes to nothing. So I'm assuming at one time there was a rod that went from here down into here, to another rod that went up for the lock. So I'm assuming that this was the interior door lock. Like I said, I know nothing about Vetts. Just making assumptions. So let's get this door panel back on. Did not find a leak, but can you see that? This engine did not come in this car. That power steering pulley is about an 1/8 inch from hitting the frame. So when the motor's going to be moving back and forth, the motor mounts, I'm sure that's going to be touching. The more I thought about how to handle this, my first instinct would be jack the motor up, heat that up and pound it down. But I think I would pull the motor mount bolts out and shim them with some washers. The dog's barking. I gotta go. Well, I can't find a leak. This thing's been sitting for several years, so I'm just gonna guess over time it weaked out and finally it got low enough to where it didn't work. So I got two options. I can take this back to the neighbor now, or I've never had my Bishop belted in a Corvette before. I can get my wife to come out here later tonight. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna call it a day. What do I want to drink? I think going for the Kiwa now.